We've been running into a little bit of an issue here lately in class with something according to the following happening. For instance, this is today's assignment. Student walks up and goes, I don't get any of this. So the first question I always ask is, where's your note sheet? Where's your help sheet? So for instance, just for this example, factoring, which we've been working on here lately, we've done examples that look very similar oftentimes to the ones that we're doing. That's done for a reason, to try and help them. So if these are being done, they need to be used some. Also, when I know there's something that's going to be a little bit harder that we're working on with something like factoring, we'll get like a breakdown help sheet that they can use on this, quizzes, tests, things like that. And sometimes even a flow chart to help with some of the things on what step do I take and how do I work this. So what I'm basically saying right now is we're having an issue in class with sort of a learned helplessness with the minute I don't get it, tell me what to do, and I need it fixed for me right now. And that's something I'm trying to break them up. So I'm going to be pushing more of bring the notes, bring the sheets, because then I get the reason, well, that's not how I learn. Okay, so if looking at an example is not a way you learn, we have some other options. One, we always talk through these things in class. We always do the examples together, and I tell the students they need to try to practice them that evening. I'll come back to that, help in just a second. But what I want to do here for a moment is take you on a quick tour of some other online options that are available when they're not in class to be able to help them out. One of them is my website, and I'll put the address back up here shortly towards the end of this little video. But on my website, they have all sorts of options. This video is going to be posted there. Okay. If they want a graphing calculator and you don't want to go out and spend $120 on one, I don't blame you on that. On the front page of my website, I have a link where you can download one like we have in class for free to the computer at home. Nice option. But if your student's struggling with anything, there's a couple things they can do. First, they always can go to where we're working on a topic in class, click on that week, and then the video of that particular, so like the quadratics we're talking about here, the lesson's right here for them. All they have to do is stop, click on the link, and it'll directly take them to my YouTube page. Okay? Maybe they left their notes at school. If that's the case, they can always click on the note key, and the notes will come up on what it is that we're working on in class that day. So there are options available to be able to get some extra examples, extra help when they're working at home. And speaking of the videos and things, let's say they're like, I didn't remember what Harty's website is. A lot of things that these students all work with is YouTube. So if they go to YouTube, you can just type in at the top, Harty Math, hit enter, look for the crazy man, me, click on that, and you come to my website. Now here's the cool thing about my website with YouTube. If they go to one or two places, they can go to playlists, and then whatever unit we're currently working on, the videos are broken down that way. They're put into sections or to units. We just started Unit 2. So if they came to Unit 2, anything that we're doing, there's a video that re-explains what's going on. So if they're more verbal, it's a way for them to be able to do that. So if their problem is they don't know how to solve quadratics by factoring, that sheet that I had up at the beginning, they can just click on this video and it'll run back through all the examples in the notes, verbally describe everything, and let them know what's going on. If they want to look for factoring sometime later in the year, because we're using it in a unit and it's not specific, they can always just go back to my homepage, and whatever topic they're having trouble with, factoring, graphing a parabola, whatever it is, and every single time that I've done factoring in class in some way shows up, and they can click and try some of the different ones. Again, they can fast forward me, rewind me, mute me, not in class, but they can here, and they can kind of see how things work. Okay, so they do have some options available that way. I've also had some of the kids say, I don't quite understand it the way that you're teaching it. Okay, I have another option. This is khanacademy.org, and again, I'll have a list of these resources up at the end of this video. If they go there and they hit the subject, and they hit Algebra 2, they can put in any skill that they're trying to improve in. Okay, factoring polynomials. All right, that's what we're doing right now. Solving quadratics by factoring. And I can click on this. They have places where they can run through problems if that's what they want to do to get some practice and see answers, and they'll show you hints even if you want them. They also have videos of factoring expressions, and just like what we were doing before, in a different way, they go through step by step and let you see what's going on. So you can see your kids have got a lot of tools that are available. Now, if internet connection's an issue, which probably isn't since you're watching this right now, they can see me. Any of my videos, I'm willing to put on a flash drive of theirs, burn to a DVD, whatever I've got to do to get those lessons to them. But again, my biggest thing right now is getting away from this learned helplessness that we're doing, where if I don't tell them every step right now instantaneously, they don't get it and they don't want to do anything with it. Okay? So all I ever ask them to do when they come up to me is have something written down on the paper that they have tried, so I know what they're thinking and I can try to help them out. So, just to wrap this up so you're not watching this forever, and I appreciate the fact that you've watched this long, okay, here is again the resources that I would suggest for them. Okay, the daily notes we do in class with examples, I showed you that at the beginning. We write everything out. I always have extra copies of the completed notes in class. If they lost theirs, they can always pick one up. My website, which always comes on every email from me, huskiesmath.edublogs.org. You can even be on there seeing what we're doing that day, when the upcoming quizzes and tests are going to be. We have notes on there, the worksheets we do in class if one gets misplaced, and links to those video lessons on YouTube, the direct one. Again, direct on my YouTube page at Harty Math, and just type in what you're having trouble with. Or even if you have the section number of the notes. I do that on a lot of the reviews. Just type in the section number and it'll show up for you. KhanAcademy.org, if you're looking for a different way of having it taught to you to kind of see how those things work, that's an option. And I'm not saying you have to exhaust every single thing before you see me, but if I'm teaching them to be a learner, I want them to do some of the digging. And again, just walking up and going, I don't get anything. Try something, look at the notes, and try to make a connection with that first. So once you've tried some of the above things, try using the notes, try watching a video, try getting another bit of help from a friend maybe, and you've written something down, see me. I'm here after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays and before Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As long as something's been tried, I'm absolutely willing to help. And the one more thing that I do want to mention before I cut this off is I've had some parents asking me, how can my student raise their grade? Well, the biggest way, since most of our points are on quizzes and tests, is to do well on those. And we do reviews before everyone. I have videos of those too. But let's say a quiz or a test goes bad. Okay, once it gets handed back, I have these sheets at the front of class that your student, all they have to do to be able to do a retake is pick one of these up, write their name, write their class period, write the quiz or test that they're wanting to retake, and staple it to this. They put it in the basket. I give them a personalized review of the things they're struggling with, the section numbers so they can look for help and try them. I look at them once they're completed, say, good, we're ready to go, or wait, we're still having some issues, let's talk, and then we do a retake. The only kicker is they have 3 days once it's returned to start the process. It doesn't have to be done. If we start the process, they get a test back today, it's Friday, and they turn this in on Monday, and then we don't get the retake done for a week and a half after that because we're doing some remediation things and helping. That's cool. I'm in. Okay? I'll help them out, but they have to start this right away. And the reason I do the 3 days is a lot of students want to be reactive. They want to wait until the end of the quarter and oops, now I'm getting a bad grade. I want to retake 5 quizzes and I'm not going to do that. So anytime they can do that, but they have to take the initiative to staple their quiz or test to it and throw it in. That gets it started and then we do it until it works well. So I hope this little review has been helpful. Again, I appreciate your patience and taking up about 10 minutes of your time to be able to look at this. And as always, if you have any questions, you can email me at harlem@brian.harty@harlem122.org, I appreciate you helping me out to make your teen as successful as possible. And I look forward to either maybe hearing from you, or if you ever have any questions, let me know. Thank you.